Hello, humans. Here is a little review of race. Remember, right now, we're just reviewing race. This isn't an in-depth look. We will master race paragraph writing throughout the unit. This is just a review. So, race is a tool, it's an acronym. That means letters that spell one thing, but each letter stands for something else. It's a tool to help us remember how to write a strong paragraph. So remember, our guiding question in this unit is how do advertisers target teens? If we were to write a race paragraph answering that question, R stands for reusing or restating part of the question prompt, and A stands for answering the question. So we would want to start by actually trying to restate this prompt and then straight up answering the question. So we might start with a sentence starter like, advertisers target teens in many ways, such as, let's make sure we answer the prompt, through building brand loyalty, social media, and using humor in ads. Look, I restated, I reused the question, and I actually answered the question. Now, the C, I hope you are familiar with the C in race because that's what we've been practicing for a while now, and that stands for citing text evidence. So you'd use a sentence starter with something like the text says, or the author states, or as we see in the text. And then finally, it's not enough if you just show me the evidence. You have to convince me that you understand the evidence. You got to really explain it. Explain how it supports your response, how it answers your questions. Tell me what the evidence means and why it matters, why it's important. So that's race. Now, here is a fake prompt. What I want you to do is answer your question about how do advertisers target teens. I don't want you to answer this question. Why does SpongeBob appeal to teens? That's an example. It's fake, okay? This is just an example. So I want to show you, though, how race looks in an example piece of writing. So if my prompt is, why does SpongeBob appeal to teens? We're going to start with R. The R in race is to restate the question or prompt. Many people consider SpongeBob SquarePants to be a television show made for young children, but it also appeals to teens. Look what I did. I restated the prompt and I answered the question. I said it appeals to teens. According to the article, when a teenager's coping mechanism is SpongeBob, when adolescents were asked how they like to recharge, they consistently volunteered that they rewatch goofy shows like SpongeBob SquarePants. What did I do right there? I cited evidence. That's the C in race. Now I have to explain the evidence. This means that shows like SpongeBob provide some source of comfort for teens. It's important because teens are under stress from changing expectations to changing bodies. And a friendly, familiar character like SpongeBob reminds them of simpler times. Look what I did. I explained what the evidence means and why it matters. There's an example of race. This paragraph is only 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences long. Your paragraph only has to be that long. What you're going to answer instead is this question. Are junk food ads targeting you? This is the assignment that is due Wednesday. How do junk food ads target teens? Answer this question in 3 to 5 sentences. In the previous screencast, I showed you actually how to find this assignment on Canvas and submit it. Don't forget that you have sentence starters here from me to help you. Of course, if you still need help or if you're confused, message me anytime. I will help you. You can also join office hours. Remember, this is just a check-in. I'm not expecting you to be an expert at this point. Remember that this is just one stage of our learning process. So I want to remind you, this is how standards-based grading works. Last week, we practiced the skill of citing and explaining evidence, and we looked at mistakes. Think of this as a quiz on the skill.